Here we go in five, four, three, two. Yo. Put that up a little bit more. Yeah. Yo. Welcome back to another episode of Still the Ship Podcast, Sports Edition NFL preview, of week three. This be your boy Johnny coming in here, again, with Still the Ship. Don't forget to like and subscribe to us on any listening platform that you may be able to listen to podcasts. We're on YouTube, we're on Spotify, we're on Apple Music, we're on iHeartRadio, we're on whatever. Just type us out, just look us up, Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to us and follow us on the Instagram page, Still the Ship. Facebook, Still the Ship Radio. You can go on my personal Instagram, Mr. Johnny Woe. I might be popping up with a Twitter account soon. Also TikTok as well, Still the Ship. So anyways, we're gonna get into it right now because normally I do previews early towards the end of the weekday, which is like Thursdays and Fridays, but been tired. I'm not gonna lie, working a lot, tired and everything. And a bunch of injuries been popping up throughout the NFL. Major injuries to where I had to change some of my picks. Now, Thursday night's football game, I did pick the Buffalo Bills to beat the Miami Dolphins. Score was like 31-21, I want to say. Yeah, that was the score, 21-31 Buffalo. And that was a pretty crazy. That was a pretty good game. I wouldn't say a crazy game. I'll say it was a pretty good game because nobody expected the Miami Dolphins to actually come out there and start swinging on the Bills like how they did. I mean, they even did strike first blood with the first touchdown of the game. So very surprising. Don't know. That's very surprising, but the problems of the Miami Dolphins are very evident. It's very clear what's going on. Tua is going to get Mike McDaniels fired. Tua Tagovailoa is going to get his coach, the man that has trusted him since he came into that organization, trying to save that organization, is going to lose his job because of this guy. Loyalty and everything in NFL. That's one thing I had to learn at a young age. But had nothing to do with me, but I just noticed how somebody can be loyal to an organization and it's not reciprocated back. So yeah. Anyways, beside that game though, my pick of that one for the parlay was the Buffalo Bills. Like I said, every week we're going to hunt for the perfect parlay. So the Bills won that game. So now we're gonna go down to the Sunday matchups and the Monday night matchup that features the Detroit Lions versus the Baltimore Ravens. That should be a real good game right here. But we got some run backs. Obviously, we got the Eagles versus the Rams. That's a run back of the NFC Championship from last year. That's gonna be a very difficult game that I have to cover. But anyways, let's go down the line because we're gonna run across that game eventually. We're gonna start it out with Atlanta Falcons versus the Carolina Panthers. The spread set at 4.5, favorites given to Atlanta. I'm gonna choose Atlanta on this one. Carolina has not shown me too much for me to be like, okay, I'm very confident in you guys to even go in beat the Falcons as they come to your home opener. I am a Panthers fan. This has been a very disappointing point in the season, even though it's very fresh. We're only week three. But the disappointments that I've been seeing in my Panthers, I have no confidence that we can actually dominate against the Falcons. The Falcons are not a bad team. I even went for them last week to beat the Minnesota Vikings, which was just, I'd say that. And that was more of a defensive game than anything, And let's be honest, Minnesota has more fight in that offense than our offense do sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Bryce Young is Bryce Young, man, but Bryce Young is not no Cam Newton, which I mean, I'm not taking away anything from Bryce. It was just that Cam carried the team on his back. And I know my fan base is very tired, but this is what they're expecting of Bryce Young. It ain't gonna happen. And this is the thing about it. When you play football, it is not just a one-man sport. If you want to be a one-man sport, you might as well go into boxing. But this ain't a one-man sport. There's 10 other people out there on that field that has to help this guy. You know what I mean? You got the ones blocking for him. You got the one that's going to carry the ball. You got the ones that's going to catch the ball. So what's up with the ones that ain't catching the ball? You know what I'm saying? But that's a rant for another story, another day. Maybe I would do something, just go off on the Panthers, but you guys get what I'm saying, man. Michael Penix is going to go up in there. You got Bijan Robinson in the backfield. Drake London right there. We're weak against tight ends. So if Kyle Pitt is on your fantasy, my recommendation is to start him. Sorry, start him. Even though he ain't really relevant, start him. For real. For real, for real. So I picked the Atlanta Falcons on that. Then the next one that I got coming up is Houston versus Jacksonville. Point spread set at 1.5. The favorite is Jacksonville. I'm gonna go with Houston on this one. Jacksonville is good. Jacksonville is good, but they kind of showed me a little bit of themselves when they was going up against the Bengals last week, and the Bengals just lost Joe Burrow to toe turf. And so they was getting the works. They was getting their works from a backup quarterback and Jake Browning. So by me seeing that, and the Texans are desperate for a win right now. They was hanging neck to neck with the Tampa Bay Bucks last week. But I always say it was like only if CJ Stroud can keep up with Baker Mayfield. And that's how it is. And then the Texans got to clean up on the penalties. The penalties is really was kicking y'all ass. I mean, the penalties. You got to be. I know everybody is very passionate, but you got to sometimes keep your emotions in control. Even I am a student of still learning that. So I really do have a feeling that Houston's going to go to Jacksonville. They're going to get this win. I need y'all to win this, man, for real. Because I think they're just desperate for a win, and you don't want to. And this is a division game too. Pretty much, that's a bunch of division games this week, and this is a division game that's very important for Houston. This game is a must win right now for the standards of their division in the AFC South. You don't really want the Colts to just run with this shit. Like, you really don't want the Colts to run with it, and by y'all losing this, will definitely put y'all in last place because of Tennessee. So I don't want that to be a real look for the Texans right there. And yeah, I'm just going to choose the Texans. I really do feel like they hit the desperation button. It's not really panic mode, but it's desperation right here. The next game, Cincinnati versus Minnesota. Point spread set at 3, given to Minnesota. So this was a difficult game, and I had to kind of just go down based on experience because both teams are without their starting quarterbacks. Minnesota seemed like with Carson Wentz starting, just because it's Carson Wentz, and we know of Carson. We know how he can handle and manage a team. With the Minnesota Vikings and that defense going up against Cincinnati right here, I really do feel that Minnesota could come away with this win right here. I feel that Minnesota could actually come away with this win at home. I'm just, like I say, I'm only basing this off of experience of the backups because this is pretty much the battle of the backups. So I just have a feeling that they're going to have Carson Wentz more together, more organized than they will be with Cincinnati with Jake Browning. Not sure, but this is me really, literally just throwing the dart at the dartboard. So I'm going with Minnesota on this one. Next game, Indianapolis versus Tennessee. Point spread set at 5.5, given to the Colts. I'm gonna go with the Colts on the money line. Yeah, I will go with the Colts on the money line, and I'll take the spread on that one. Just don't see Tennessee keeping up with these guys. Tennessee still got some growth in it. I kind of like looking at the flashes that you can see from Cam Ward here and there when it comes to Tennessee. But other than that, man, and it's a division game, Indianapolis, I see them winning this, and this is going to put them, solidify them at number 1 spot in AFC South for the time being. Next game is going to be the New York Jets versus the Tampa Bay Bucks. Spread set at 6.5, given to the Bucks. I'm going to roll with the Bucks on this one. I don't care if Justin Fields is in the protocol. I don't care if he's not in the protocol. I don't care if Jacoby Brissett is also even out there handling the rock and whatnot. I don't care. Tampa win. Tampa's going to win. Tampa is going to win. And besides, they're the most dominant team in the NFC South right here. Tampa, it's early in the season, but damn, man, Tampa just looks too good right now. Well, they look too good in the sense of the other teams in the NFC South. That's all I can say about that right on that one. So Tampa Bay to win that one. Next game, Green Bay versus Cleveland. Points set at 8.5. Points given to Green Bay. Points given up to Cleveland. Packers are gonna beat the Browns. Money line, that one right there. Yeah, they might even beat their ass by the spread too. I mean, I have nothing, not much from Cleveland. Cleveland is so to that point where it's like start all over, start over, just start over, and get what you can get out of Myles Garrett. Just like even though he is literally the best player on your team right now, he is the best player on the team. This is an organization that's pretty much going nowhere fast. Like I don't know where y'all going with this. Joe Flacco can't even save you on this one. Like this is like I don't know. That's just an organization that I feel like y'all need to blow. Y'all need to blow up the entire operation, start all over again. Y'all screwed yourselves with that deal that y'all had with that man. Y'all know who I'm talking about. I ain't gonna say his name. I ain't gonna say his name, but y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. All right, so let's move on. We got the Las Vegas Rams. We got Las Vegas Raiders versus the Washington Commanders. Spread set at 2.5, given to the Commanders. I think they also changed it a little bit. Let's go look that up. I think they upped it to 3. Uh, Washington, where you at, guys? Yeah, they upped the point spread to 3 today. So Washington, Marcus Mariota starting, right? Jaden Daniels is out. Even if Jaden Daniels was playing, he was gonna be very limited because Jaden Daniels could not really run right now with a sore knee. Raiders, Geno Smith. The Raiders like it's like they're you can't really believe in the Raiders that much. It's like cause you handled the Patriots, but that really wasn't really a handle. And you got smoked by the Chargers. You got smoked by the Chargers. So put all in all that together, even without Daniels out there, the squad still looks together. Austin Eckler, he's out, but he wasn't really like, productive. So I guess the safe bet would be Washington. That would be the safe bet. But yeah, I'm gonna choose Washington. I don't know. I just don't see enough from the Raiders for me to be like, yeah, the Raiders could beat the Commanders with or without Jaden Daniels. I'm like Marcus Mariota's not a bad backup neither. So I'm gonna go with just because you got Debo out there and you got McLaurin out there, I'm just gonna choose Washington Commanders right there for the win. The next game right here, pretty much this is gonna be like one of the games of the week right here. LA Rams versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Point spread set at 3.5 given to the Eagles. Now I think I'm gonna just go roll with the Rams on this one because if you go back from last year, they got smoked by Saquon Barkley. The rush game killed them, and it was a snow game. So if it was a snowy game, obviously you need a good running back squad. Saquon Barkley and Jaden Daniels is pretty much all you need right there. It ain't snowing now. We're getting towards the beginning of fall. The weather is pretty good out there in Philly. And right now, I don't think that the Philadelphia Eagles secondary can handle the wide receivers the top wide receivers of the Rams. I just don't think it's going to happen. We got to remember this. This is a different Philadelphia Eagles defense. Very different. They're not the same like last year. And they really, and based on how Dallas was doing them, I'm not going to even think about Kansas. How Dallas was doing them in the secondary, then I'm like, maybe the Rams could do what Dallas couldn't. So I'm picking the Rams on this one. Underdog. That's an underdog right there. Now let's keep running through this. This game was kind of iffy because I just don't trust in this team. But I'm gonna have to say Pittsburgh versus the New England Patriots. Point spread is set at 1.5. Point spread is given to Pittsburgh. I'm gonna go pick Pittsburgh again. The reason why I'm acting like this is because Pittsburgh was the team that blew my damn ticket up last week. Yes, I blame it on Pittsburgh. That was the team. That was the first team to blow up my game, and then the other games of the evening, pretty much Kansas and Colts, messed me up. But I really blame Pittsburgh on this one. But I'm gonna trust in Pittsburgh to do this. I'm gonna trust in Pittsburgh, but they gotta do something about this because it's like, okay, they struggled with the Jets, but they beat the Jets. Then who did they play last week? The Seahawks. They played the Seahawks, and the Seahawks just did them in. So the Patriots are not like the Seahawks, but the Patriots, I could kind of say, that's the difficult thing about this. But I'm gonna trust in the Pittsburgh Steelers, which I shouldn't, to actually come up with a win out there in New England. I just think they are a little bit more together than the other teams than New England played. You know what I mean? So, except for the Dolphins. The Dolphins game is what kind of made me be like, you know what, dog, I might pick the Steelers because the Steelers are not like the Dolphins. And the Dolphins are not like the Steelers. But it's whatever. I just don't see that New England could just be dominating the Steelers. Even though the Steelers are dealing with a lot of injuries on the defense, I just got a feeling just coaching alone, they can keep them in this game. Please. I don't want to feel like a dumbass by picking these motherfuckers again. Because if y'all blow this ticket up, I'm going to be on your ass. So anyways, let's continue this. We got other games to run through because I'm trying to get this done within 20 minutes. We got the Denver Broncos versus the LA Chargers. I'm going to choose the Chargers on this one. The spread is set at 2.5, giving to the Chargers. I'm just going to choose the Chargers because even though we praise the Denver Broncos a lot, the Denver Broncos make a lot of, they make some mistakes on offense with Bo Nix, man. When Bo Nix scrambles, when he scrambles, I be like, I hold my breath because I don't want to see him throw an interception or anything like that, but it's very possible with Bo Nix right there. I mean, they're a good team, but Bo Nix is like, he got some flaws to him. He has flaws to him. Yes, notice his flaws too. They're very evident when you really watch them. And with the Chargers, man, the Chargers is on fire. The Chargers on fire. This is a division game, and I feel like the Chargers can get this, but it's a division game, so always be wary of these type of games. These games don't normally be blowouts. These games be kind of fun, they be kind of close. So the Chargers, they're the number one team in that in that division right now. I just feel like when they get this, it's gonna really elevate them. So they're gonna be trying to get this win. I expect the Chargers coming out, they're swinging, making blood fly everywhere. So, yeah, I feel like the Chargers is going to want to come in here, get this win to establish their dominance in the division right now. And with that, we're going to move on to the next game. New Orleans versus Seattle. Point spread set at 7 points. So 7 points given to Seattle. I'm going to roll with the Seahawks. I think the Seahawks are just going to make easy work of New Orleans. New Orleans, I don't think got the firepower to stand up to this team. But New Orleans almost had a shot with San Francisco, but San Francisco's hurt. So that's the difference, or that's the only reason why I negate that. They're hurt. Seattle ain't. Good luck, New Orleans. Oof. And the next game right here, which also was a game I had to really look at it. All these division games were tough ones right here. But we got Arizona versus San Francisco. Spread set at 2.5. I think they changed it a little bit earlier this morning. Yeah, spread set at 1 now. The spread is set at 1. Favorite given to the San Francisco 49ers, and I'm going to call cap on that. I call cap on that game. I am going with the Cardinals because San Francisco's way too banged up. Way too banged up. Division games are all about familiarity. It's like if I know you, then I can beat you. These teams know each other. So what in their right mind thinking that the Cardinals cannot beat the San Francisco 49ers? This banged up San Francisco 49ers right here. You know what I mean? You really believe in Mac Jones to actually do a better job than Kyler Murray. That's an insult. That's an insult, especially to that defense too. That defense is good, but that defense is like they bend but they don't break. That's a defense that bend but don't break. So I'm going with the Cardinals on this one. We got to keep going. We want to do this. Dallas Cowboys versus the Chicago Bears. Spread set at 1.5 points given to Dallas. I'm going to have to roll with Dallas on this one. It's going to be a funny game. If the game ends out to be like last week was the Seattle Seahawks, then you could expect yourself like a major shootout. But I just feel that Dallas it's like the big brother version of what Chicago wants to be. I think Chicago will be better than the version that I just said, but like Chicago is still trying to find themselves. You know what I'm saying? Coach still being like, we're not that good. We're still not there yet. The coach don't even believe in them. When your head coach don't believe in you, you ain't gonna do it. I don't care what you tell me. Every time I hear about these interviews that people talk about how the coach feels about this and that and third, he sounds like he has no confidence in his team right now. No confidence. Like he has confidence, but he ain't confident as he was last year with his team that he was with, which the Detroit Lions. But I'm going with Dallas on this one. Dallas should win. Chicago should win. They should win. They should win. That's all I gotta say. Then the next game we got Kansas City versus New York Giants. Then a Sunday night football game. Point spread set at 6, given to Kansas City. The Chiefs should win this game. I'm gonna say it 3 times. The Chiefs should win this game. The Chiefs should win this game. I mean, they could have. It was a close game that they had with Philly last week, but I know that touch push was very annoying. That was some annoying shit for me to even watch. I was like, yo, okay, they gonna do away with this touch push shit. But then again, Patrick Mahomes not having really a supporting cast that he normally had, like, in the previous seasons. You can't really trust in you can trust in Travis, but for how long? I mean, the interception was made on an attempt pass to Travis Kelce, bounce into an interception. I don't know. They should win. They should win this game. I just don't see the Giants beating them. And if they do, that was something we all didn't see. So anyways, Kansas should win this shit. Kansas should win. Chiefs, I got y'all on my pick. And then the last game, which is the Monday Night Football game, is Detroit Lions versus the Baltimore Ravens. Points set, on spread set at 4.5. Points given to Baltimore. That's going to be my squad. They got to win this game. Well, they don't got to win this game, but they're going to win this game. I feel that Baltimore is just going to be that game where, they got the defense that could hang with the Lions, that could keep the Lions honest, because even though the Lions, who the hell did they whoop last week? I'm not going to even look at it, but they, the whooping that they put on that squad last week, was it the Jets or something like that? Hold up, man. We're going to have to look that shit up again. I forgot week 2. God damn. 2 NFL. Yeah, we gotta see who they put that whooping on, because I didn't even look at that game. I was like, man, hell yeah, they just whooped their ass up. They just put belt to ass on that team. But everything is coming up. Let's see. They showing me this. I asked for week 2. All right. Oh yeah. No, that's week. Almost got it. Man, they're not showing me shit. Oh yeah. Okay, my fault. I was looking at the wrong side of it. The Bears. No, yeah, the Bears. Yeah, they put belt to ass to the Bears. That was a division game right there. Oh yeah. So that yeah. Baltimore's gonna win this one. Wow. Whatever. They're gonna keep that fucking offense honest. They're gonna keep them honest as fuck. But anyways, that was all I gotta say, you guys. So I'm picking Baltimore in this one. Hopefully you guys pick some better picks than I do. Hopefully you make your money this Sunday. Happy winnings to everybody. And if you stuck with me this long, thank you for supporting your boy. And I'll be back with you guys possibly Monday, Tuesday morning, as I recap everything. Hopefully we all win big, and you be safe out there. Enjoy your Sunday. Peace.